What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Before I get into today's video, I just want to give a little bit of a life update because it's been about a month and a half, almost 2 months since I posted my last video, and that is because we welcomed our new baby boy Miles into this world about a month and a half ago. So over the last month and a half, we've just been living in that newborn bubble and soaking it all up and just enjoying every second of it and adjusting to being a family of 5 and now having 2 under 2, and I've been enjoying every second of it. So that's where I have been. And I have actually tried to edit a few videos during this time, but it's just been so hard because, I mean, anytime I get a chance to actually sit down at my computer to do that, either like one of the kids needs me or I fall asleep because I've just been exhausted. But I will say over probably the last couple of weeks, I've been feeling a lot better, having a lot more energy. Baby's been sleeping a lot better throughout the night. So we're getting out of the weeds a little bit. But I honestly love the newborn stage. Like, I love being in that newborn bubble. So I've been fully enjoying every single second of it, especially because this will most likely be our last one. So this will be the last newborn bubble that I'll be in. So really just been soaking it up and not putting any like expectations or deadlines or anything like that on myself, and just fully submerging myself in that newborn phase. I also had a C-section, so with that came a little bit more recovery time afterwards, so just been taking it easy with that. But a couple weeks ago, I just felt this overwhelming itch to do something. I felt like I was sitting in the chair with, with the baby, nursing him and just recovering and just not doing anything for so long. In reality, it wasn't that long. It was a couple weeks, and I needed those couple of weeks. But I just felt like I needed to get up. I needed to do something. I needed to like use my hands, use my body, like do something. I decided I wanted to tackle a home project. Now, I didn't want to do anything huge. I wasn't going to go renovate our kitchen. I didn't want to do anything huge. I didn't want to do anything that was going to take a ton of time. So I decided to tackle our small little linen closet right there. Now, this closet, if you guys saw over here, is the bathroom. So if you guys saw our bathroom renovation that we did, I posted it. I think it was like the second video I posted a couple months ago. So go back on my channel, watch that video, because we completely gutted that bathroom, transformed it, did the whole thing. So definitely go watch that video. But that renovation took place over a year ago. And this linen closet right here has been a disaster ever since then, because Nick had to cut into the wall in that linen closet to access all of the plumbing for the bathtub, which is right on the other side of that wall in that closet. So that closet had been a disaster for the last over a year, and we've just kind of lived with it. It's just one of those things where like we just shut the door and lived with it. And we lived with the towels being in a basket, a laundry basket on our bedroom floor. And we just kind of, it's kind of something that we just lived with, and it wasn't too big of an inconvenience that it actually made us want to do anything about it. And I don't know about you guys, maybe this is just us, but if like for some reason, the project is too massive, so it takes us a while to actually get started with it, which is understandable. Or 2, it's such a small project that we're like, we'll get to it eventually. It's not a big deal. Like, it's not inconveniencing our life too much to where we feel like we need to do it, and it's not a room that we go into that much, or it's such a small thing that we're like, we'll get to it eventually. That's kind of what happened with this linen closet. But we're going to tackle this linen closet because I am so ready to get the towels off our bedroom floor. And like I said, it's a project that I feel like I can tackle in this stage of being postpartum. Now, I'm not doing everything myself. Nick is going to be doing a lot of the cutting and like that type of stuff. But I'm going to try to tackle the majority of this project myself because like I said, I just want to do something. So let's dive into it. Here is the space that we're working with. So this tiny little linen closet is behind the tub that's in the bathroom that we renovated at this point. At the time of me doing this voiceover, it would been about 2 years ago. But we renovated that bathroom, and when we did, Nick, my husband, redid all the plumbing. So we had to cut into this linen closet to access the plumbing, and when our goal with redoing this linen closet is not only did we want a space to put all of the towels, really it's just towels and then a spot to store like extra toilet paper because it's not a big closet. But we wanted to have a way to easily access the plumbing if there's a leak or, you know, something we need to get to it for some reason. So we decided to use shiplap boards to cover the inside of this closet. Now, I know that that might seem like a bit of overkill for this tiny little linen closet, but the reason we did that is because with the shiplap boards, they're individual boards. So it allowed us to cut into the two center boards in the back wall, put a seam in there, so that we can just pop those boards out if we ever need to access the plumbing. So those two center boards, you'll see here in a second, there's a cut, and then we can pop those boards out, put them back in, and those boards are actually held up with the shelves in the closet. So it gives us easy access to that plumbing on that wall if need be. And because it's such a small little closet, it really wasn't that expensive to get a few shiplap boards, pop them up. It may have been a bit cheaper to go with sheetrock, but then you still have to figure in the sheetrock tape and the puttying and then the time that goes into just like filling all that stuff. Whereas the boards, we could just pop them in real quick, fill the holes, and then paint it. So that's what we did. And then the shelves here, these were the shelves that were originally in that linen closet. They were painted white, so Nick just planed them down, got all the paint off, sanded them a bit, and then I came in with a dark stain here and stained them a darker wood color. And I love the way that this little linen closet turns out, so you'll have to stick around and see the after shots. As I was waiting for the stain on those boards to dry, I came up and filled in all of the little nail holes from putting up the shiplap boards, which is probably the worst part about using shiplap, is that there's always like a million bajillion little nail holes that you have to go in and fill in after. But I promise you, all of this prep work that you do before painting is so worth it in the end because it makes it look so much more professional and just cleaner. So I took the time, filled in all the nail holes, sanded all of it down, and then came in with some paint. Well, cleaned up the dust and then came in with some paint and got this thing painted. So I got everything painted. I didn't record any of it because, for one, this closet is so small, so there's really no good way to like film me doing anything in there. All you would be looking at is my back. And two, I painted it basically white, so it was a very anticlimactic paint job. It's a hint warm. It's a warm white. It's just a paint that I had left over from some of the other rooms in our house, but it allowed me to cover up these, which were wood, and then just get a coat of paint on it. I'm kind of glad I went with a white because I have to like get into the cracks and worry about that too much, and I could kind of be a little bit sloppy with it because it was kind of hard to shove myself into this closet to paint it all. But Nick went ahead and put the cut in here. Before I go ahead and put the shelves back in, I want to show you guys what I was talking about having the boards come off so we could access the plumbing behind the wall. So like I said, Nick put a cut in right here, and he also put a cut in the floorboards as well. So these two boards from this cut down to the floor can come out, and we can access all of that plumbing behind there, which we just figured would be good for either our future selves or future people who live in the house if they do have to, for whatever reason, access that plumbing. There's a leak or whatever. So that will come out, and what's going to hold these boards on are the shelves. So let's go ahead and put those shelves in. you're wondering why we put this like corner trim piece on our shelves, that is because when Nick cut the boards, he accidentally cut it a little too low. So without this on there and the shelf on, you could see the cut under the shelf, and it would have been a pain in the butt to like readjust where the shelves were sitting, because that was our first thought, is let's just like move the whole shelf down. That would have been a pain because there's a bunch of screws, or a bunch of, sorry, nails that are holding the boards onto the sidewall to hold the shelf on there. So we would have had to like patch all those holes. So we had these, I don't know, I guess you'd call it like corner trim pieces from like a project we did in another room. We had it, and so they're just glued onto the bottom of the shelf. They offer no support or anything. They're just glued on there as more of like a decoration to cover up that cut. So when they say measure twice, cut once, they mean it. Also, we will eventually be changing this door out. All of the doors in the house were this like, just that generic like hollow wood door. So we will be changing this out. You can probably see we put the bathroom door on. This is just the primed, and then this door goes to a bedroom. And originally, I'm still kind of torn on what color I want to do the doors. Originally I was going to go for that dark charcoal color on all of them. But now, after living with that door being that color for like a year or so at this point, I'm kind of going back and forth on like if I want to go the dark charcoal color, if I want to do like more of like a, I don't know, maybe like a beige color, something a little bit lighter, because while I do love like that dark color, I don't know if it goes well with like my style, which is more of like kind of cottagey, vintagey, collected type of style, traditional, I guess. I do like the dark. I just don't know if it goes with my style. And with it being dark, and with there being such like sharp edges in the door, like those sharp corners, they collect dust, which I knew was going to happen. Anytime you have anything with like a really sharp edge on it, it's going to collect dust. But because it's such a dark door, you can see the dust. So kind of going back and forth on, should we stay with the dark charcoal color or should we do something a little bit lighter? But this is that bathroom door, which if you watched my bathroom video, our bathroom renovation, we didn't have a door on. We recently put the door on, but it's just the prime door. We just put it on there so we could have a door on the bathroom. We still have to paint it. Let me know what you guys think on that, but this door will be changed out. But I got the shelves in. Let me show you. So here is what it looks like with the shelves put in. It was this shelf right here. So if I pick this up a little bit, you can see that. If this piece, if it'll focus, if we didn't put this piece on there, you would have saw that cut mark below the shelf. So just, you can't even really tell, but I painted it the same color as the walls, and so it kind of just blends in there. So now the moment we have all been waiting for, it's time to get the towels out of the laundry basket in my bedroom and into this linen closet. Now, fair warning, because this closet is so small, I will only be able to fit towels and maybe toilet paper in here. There's not gonna be any, maybe I'll use a couple baskets, but it's not gonna be like baskets full of bathroom stuff and all that. Most of our like bathroom stuff is in the vanities in our bathroom. This is literally just going to be towels and toilet paper. It's a towels and toilet paper closet. That's about it, because I can't fit anything else in here. But regardless, it's time to get those towels off of my bedroom floor and into this closet. At TJ Maxx, and I wanted to find a basket for the floor to put extra toilet paper in, and I didn't think I was going to be able to find one because it's literally such a small space, and I wanted something that was small enough to fit there but big enough to like actually fit toilet paper in it. I found this one and it does fit, and it is, I mean, it's pretty tall, so it fits some toilet paper in there, so I think this will work. She is done, and we have everything put away and organized in my teeny tiny towel and toilet paper closet. But let me give you guys the grand tour. So up top here we have our beach towels. I do have a spot here for dog towels. I just have to get them. We just gave the dogs a bath a couple days ago and I have to wash them, so that is where the dog towels will go. This shelf, I have washcloths over here. I wasn't able to fit hand towels, washcloths, and my hair towels in this basket, so we don't really use washcloths that much, but we got washcloths here, hand towels, and my hair towels in here. Clearly, I have a lot of hand towels in the wash still, but that's where those will go. Once my hand towels are washed, I might have to move these, and there is a little space right here I can set them, but that's where they are for now. This is mine and Nick's towels, and then this bottom shelf we have the kids' hooded towels, which I wanted them down here so the kids can reach them and they can get them for themselves. And then our toilet paper, our extra stash of toilet paper. So there you have it, guys. She's not the prettiest room in the house, but she sure is functional. Although this wasn't the biggest or prettiest room makeover that we've done in this house, it feels really good to check that off the home list, get it done, get those towels off of my bedroom floor, back into this closet, and just felt good to do something after having Miles like a month and a half ago. I just needed to do something, and this felt like a very easy thing to tackle that wasn't going to take a lot of like brain power and, you know, a whole bunch of time. But I'm really glad to get this done. Really happy to have just one more room kind of checked off the list, even though, like I said, it's a small one. But I hope you all enjoyed. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye. Pull it deeper,